what it is?
Ah.
Can you hear me? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk Fishing Tonight. I am Mr. Poseidon. My lovely wife right next to me. How you doing, honey?
Great. Hi, everybody.
We're excited, right? We got a great guest on tonight.
Yes, everyone's very excited to be here because they have a chance for a really good giveaway.
Which is, she doesn't know.
I do know.
She doesn't know.
Yes, I do.
It's a 3-tube surf bag. We're giving that away tonight. That's compliments. Guys, listen to me, Kev. This is compliments of Luke. That's right, Luke from ZBelts, just for you guys tonight. So at the end of the show, after the great show we're going to have, we'll be speaking to Luke in just a little while, guys. But anyhow, going back to what we have to say, the Montauk Challenge, we got less than 50 bonus boxes left. I am quite surprised last year at this time I only had 4 entries. I was worried about getting 30 people last year. But I suggest to anybody out there, if you're interested in the bonus boxes and a chance to win a VS250 X2 Series reel in one of those boxes, you should be picking one up as soon as possible and get it over with. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter. You wait till the end. The only thing that you won't be receiving different than anybody else is the actual lures inside. Correct, honey? You'll still be receiving the Houde ruler because everybody has to have the measurement of the fish shown on the picture with your color wristband, which this year is going to be yellow. No, I'm just kidding. Which you'll be taking a picture with that in your face. And hopefully if you catch a big enough fish, you'll win that first prize of, how much is it, honey?
$3,500.
35. It's hard for you to say that, isn't it?
$100.
$3,500. And then we're going to have 2 other challenges. Longest distance, most accurate, both paying out $500 to the winner of that competition. I know everybody's always wondered how far you can cast. I know if I always wondered. Well, now you're going to know. Finally, you're going to know. So if you thought you cast far and you cast like 30 yards, see you later. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. Good luck to everybody who comes. We're also going to have the awards party the last night. We'll be giving away another VS 250 X2 Series reel. I love Van Staal. Van Staal is the reel to own, especially if you're a surf fisherman. No doubt about it. And learn how to use the model, which is bailless, and stop turning on your light at night. You will get used to it, and it'll be great. Anyhow, it was a joke today. Montauk Mike sent a picture with 2 guys on with the light way down the beach. And then he goes, what are these guys doing? And I answered, they're probably using a bailless modeled reel for the first time. But anyhow, other than that, I'm glad to see everybody's here tonight. I'm very excited about the show. We'll be introducing Luke again in just a few minutes. I also saw an Instagram account. Darn, I forgot the name, but the account was about a guy who's showing off his truck and saying that he went to go, he just bought the truck for surf fishing that he's picked up with his son, and they're going out together. And he goes, he showed the hitch on it, and he goes, this I got in the back. And he said it real slow, and he was like, to help other people get out of jams if they need it. And when I heard that, I was like, this guy deserves a plus. But I'll get that, and I'll post that on the bottom of this at the end. Nice job, buddy. I like that Instagram shot there. Anyhow, let's say hello to some people. That requires glasses to see. Right. And here we go. Edwin Rivera, what's up? Number 1. First guy who joined. Fishing with Vinny. How you doing? We're hoping to see you up in Montauk, Vinny, this year. Bruce Bain. He's coming. I know that. What's up, Brucey? How you doing? It's a beautiful thing. Tom Hood. How you doing, buddy? Oski. Trying to steer him and his wife far away. Luke Chesneck. What's up, my brother? Good to see you here. Antagonizer Laws. Tony, we'll be using those peanuts in New Jersey this year. That's for sure. RJQC. Brian, what's up, buddy? This week I got off a few days. I'm coming to see you this week. If you can make about an hour's time for me, I need to drop off some things for you in honor of this year's trophy, which will be pretty cool. You don't get to take it home, but it is a nice trophy, trust me. Thanks, Brian. I'll talk to you soon. Mario Gandini, good to see you. That's Mario. Mug him up. mugging them up. Bucktails, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Been around since the start, since the first one. There goes my mom. How you doing, Mom? Good to see you here. She's here every week. Brooklyn Angler Fishing, what's up? Who else do we got? I don't want to miss anybody. Turtle Cove Tackle Ken. What a help Ken was today, right, honey?
Hey.
Him and his wife, Donna. Love that shirt. Still love that shirt. Would always love that shirt. John Francisconi. How you doing? Keon Cooper. How you doing, buddy? Who else do we got? Slow down, honey. I can't do it. PDX Surfcasting. Yo. Ocean State Bass Fishing.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy? What's up? Hopefully, maybe we'll catch you up there. I know you're a busy man. You have a big family. And you run the household there, so I do understand. At Point, Surfcasting. Yo, my brother. Right behind me here. We do have Luke on, but I also like At Point bags out there. That one will also be given out at awards night that night. But tonight we'll be talking about Luke and his bag a little bit. Other than that, if I missed anybody, Chet Zing, what you doing, my brother? Anybody else I missed? Catskill Outdoors.
So many people.
So many people. All right, so Ronnie M. Yo, my brother Ronnie M. Here we go. All World Passion Margin. Best Fishing Podcast. Thank you for that. I appreciate you for saying that. All right, so let's get anything else that we wanted to talk about before we get to Luke.
That's it. If anybody wants I'll put the website to register for the Montauk Challenge. I'll put it in the chat. It's also in the description. And there's only like less than 50 boxes left, right?
Yep, less than 50. There's about 2 boxes left. No, I'm just kidding.
2 boxes.
Less than 50 boxes, but guys, trust me, those are going to go quick because they are the bonus boxes. And you get a shot at that VS250 X2 Series reel. You must be there to pick up the box. That's what I got boxes for. That's what I got people coming for. I want you guys to understand last year was a smashing success, not because of the bonus boxes, because of everybody getting together and meeting, not only just on Instagram and through pictures, but actually live in person. And remember, 2 people fishing all the time. I don't want to hear anything. That's why I push those pictures the way they are. If you really go through the whole rules and regulations, there is a picture there taken with somebody exactly the way we want it to be taken, to be safe. Always fish with somebody anyway, and especially if you're going to Montauk for your first, second, third, I don't care what it is, have a partner. It's always a plus for safety. We do that for safety. And on this show, we take checks only. Cash is good if you want to meet me in the street. No, I'm just kidding. We take donations all the time. I don't care if they're $1. We're very happy with that. That's how we've been working the last 3.5 years. There hasn't been a penny made, and neither will this challenge. Correct, honey? How much is this going to cost us?
I don't even want to say.
She doesn't even want to say because she curses me every day. It's very expensive, guys, to run a challenge like this with 100 free bonus boxes, basically. You know, you're paying a tab, but the box now is going to be worth from $120. It's gone up to $140. So you're getting a box, man. You're just paying your money, and you're getting money back. And also, even the people who join after it, still you get good product in your hand. The show, all the challenges, right?
The chance for the prizes.
For the prizes at the
drawing.
awards night, you get a free drink and an appetizer.
Yeah.
We're giving those out in casino chips. That should be fun. So all you get to do is keep them in your pocket, and you know those could be worth a lot of money, man. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a drink and a appetizer. But anyhow, I want to get over to Luke. Brooklyn Angler Fishing. What's up? Night Shift Fishing, Matt. What's going on? Hey, honey, anything else?
That's it.
I think that's it. I think we're ready right now to introduce our guest who's been here before, now introducing some new products, and I'm going to let him talk about that all tonight.
Hey.
Let's have it for Luke. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke, I am your father.
How many times have you heard that, Luke?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, every day.
Every day.
I know.
I was a squirt.
Oh, man, that's so funny.
Couldn't
All right,
resist.
welcome to the show again, Luke. Nice to have you. How you doing, buddy?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Everything is fantastic. When I have a star-studded stud in both looks and in business, I'm very happy to have you on my show, my friend.
I recognize a lot of the names you were calling out, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching us
Absolutely.
here. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for that. All right. So let's start off. We've told the stories before of how we all got started, but we're here to talk business, Luke, tonight. I'm just kidding. So I was very excited. We had to cancel the show because of my hospital thing that was going on. So we reset the date for today. And I know you were saving the show to actually introduce your bag, which I was very honored about that. But anyway, other things happen in life. So we are going to be making an introductory right now. Tell us a little bit about your new product, Luke, that it's grown from 2 to 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, before that, how are you doing? You feeling good? You feeling better?
Yeah, you know what? I'm happy you said that, Luke. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm very happy. There is plenty of money being saved on toilet paper. Anybody who has a brain out there knows what's going on right now.
Oh, dear.
But that'll be happening. Luke is like, this is not really happening. He's not talking about this on the air.
No, for it, man.
Thank God I got a 3-2 bag to hold the shit that this guy's going to pour out tonight.
I won't put holes in the bottom of the tubes so you're not polluting, man.
Oh, man.
Well,
But anyway,
well,
yeah,
good.
so-
I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Yes.
Slowly on the mend. You'll be out there this fall, right?
Absolutely. I'll be out there hopefully very, very, very soon. Make a surprise appearance. I am ready. I got the okay from the doc, but we'll see what happens. I want to take things nice and slow. Just make sure that we make the Montauk Challenge, hopefully, and then we'll have a wonderful, wonderful time, all of us together. By any chance, are you going to be there by any chance, Luke?
I am. Yeah, I told you I'd come out for it. I did want to ask, could you say the dates again? What are the
Sure.
dates for that?
The dates are October 19th, 20th, and 21st, and that's of October. So that is a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And if you need any type of help as far as reserving or anything, call me and I'll let you know what's up. I want to say also, honey, you got to keep an eye on the chat. This is a silent fight that nobody's understanding what's really going on right now. You must thank people like Mario Gandini. He made a nice contribution.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you so much. So going back to Luke again.
Yeah, so I definitely think I'll come out for that. I know last year I tried to make it, I couldn't. It's tough to pull me away from Rhode Island the end of October. You know, that's
Sure.
the golden time frame for me. I spend a lot of time obviously fishing that last week of October. But nevertheless, this year I did tell you earlier I would be out there. And I don't know if you remember, but the last time I was on the show, you were actually the one that was telling me I needed to come out with a 3-tube.
Yes. I remember I came to the show, and I think it was the one in Rhode Island, and I came up to you and I said to you, so Luke, man, I started talking about it, and he goes, my friend, it's already in the works. And
that's right.
And a few months later, I heard you were coming out with the
It
band.
is. So I did drop it a few months ago. It's been available online. I've got one of them right here. So it's really just a larger version of the 2-tube, right? I didn't put a side pouch on the side like the 2-tube has.
Yes.
So the 2-tube has this side pouch, uses a water bottle holder, or a 6-inch tube comes in it. So I didn't do that on the 3-tube. So it's clean on this side. It still has the utility belt, boga holder built right into the side. So you could put a single tube pouch on here if you wanted.
Nice.
Personally, I run a boga there. It does come with the shoulder strap. The back has your standard D-rings up top for terminating the shoulder strap, and then 2 more down low for terminating your lanyards if you were to have your boga on the side. I clip my carabiner that attaches to my lanyard on the boga right here. And then on the front, instead of doing 2 small leader wallets in a zipper pocket, I just did a full width leader wallet of the rubber mesh I like to use, and this closes with Velcro on the top.
Beautiful.
I just figured that the size of the bag would be easier, no zipper. It's been working out. So inside, pretty much the same. We've got a full width pouch in the back, half depth, right? So you're not going to lose stuff in the bottom.
Right.
It does have drainage in this pouch back there. So I keep
nice.
extra swim bait bodies in there, along with some jigs and stuff like that. Got the 3 oversized tubes inside, same size as in the bag. So that's going to be a 3 1/4 inch OD by 8 inches tall. They're not welded together or anything like that. They're just in there. And then up front, I increase the amount. I've got 8 bucktail slots up front on this bag. So that's more or less the breakdown. If you've ever seen or played with the 2-tube, it's really just a longer version with a different leader wallet on the front. Something also that's different. The original 2-tube bags are made out of a PVC coated polyester, 1000D for the strength of the fabric. This is actually, the 3 tubes are 420D nylon. So it's a nylon PVC, holds a little bit less water. You can see it's a little bit reflective. So I've been really happy with this material. Actually, I was trying to find something else because the only negative feedback, or just constructive criticisms I got for the 2-tube is that with this material, although it's super durable, it will hold a little bit more water than a Dacron, right? If I wanted to produce this bag in Dacron, the price would be double. So I stick with the PVC coated polyesters and the nylon. So this one's kind of the next iteration. I think I'm going to do a run of the 2 tubes in this next, because like I said, it doesn't hold any water. It drains much easier, and when you weigh it, post dunk, it seems to hold less. So small improvements every day.
Yeah,
it's kind of all I can do.
We have a question here from Ocean State Bass Fishing. Why are there 2 tongues on the cover?
So that's more or less an old-timey industry standard. I personally tuck my tabs in like the, I'm sorry.
Yes.
The 2 tongues up front.
Yes.
So one's to help open the leader wallet.
Ah,
right?
there you go.
Fresh when the Velcro's brand new, right? So one's for that, and the other one, as I have in a lot of my things, when the bag's on your side and you're opening it up, I like to bite that down to hold my flap up. That way you're not holding it like this, trying to get your plugs out. All the bags have this. I call it the nibbler. It's just a small piece of webbing. I think that's what he was referring to, right?
Yes. I also want to say, I want to add to the bag. Now, one thing that I love that what you've done from what I can see right now is I don't like small pockets in areas at night when I'm looking for stuff. We already have our things in our little plastic pouches or whatever we're storing them in. I love what you did with the whole bag. You can fit a few more things, and I feel you can easily get to them knowing already what side you're going to look through, because it's a see-through netting there that I see that you have through, which I love.
Yeah, so that's just for the lid. So what I personally do, I pre-tie my leaders, whether it's a barrel swivel on one side and a tactical clip on the other, or a barrel swivel and a circle hook, or sometimes I'll just do a circle hook or a tactical clip and a flying lead on the other side if I'm going to do an FG knot or a double uni, right? So I pre-tie my leaders and keep those up front here just so they're out of the way. I know a lot of guys, before I came out with my bags, I used to carry a separate, either a Ziploc bag or a small sewn leader wallet with Ziplocs built into it that I'd actually carry my pre-ties in. So that was the whole point behind the leader wallet on the lid, is when I'm moving around at night, I know my leaders are there, right? So I don't ever have to go looking in different jacket pockets for that Ziploc bag full of leaders. Another thing, I get questions about the amount of belt loops I put on all the bags. So they all get 3 belt loops. The reason for that is originally when, guys are always looking for more travel. They always want the bag to come around further to their front, further around the hip. So depending on what side you wear the bag on, you're going to use the 2 interior loops, we'll say, and it'll give you an extra 2 inches of travel. So it helps you optimize where you put it. So if you were to swing your plug bag to your left hip, you would use the 2 inside left loops when you're looking at the back of the bag, and then you'll have an extra 2 inches of travel to come around so you can
totally
access
understood
it. For guys with less trunk twist mobility.
And also I want to say, I'm really not like that. I can reach it either way, but what I always loved about it is that I think also in your other bag you had 2 wider straps, right? In your 2-tube.
The 2-tube has the same 3.
It does, because that's what I remembered is that in the 2-tube, because I haven't taken it off. It stays on the actual your belt, and I just put it on. But what I want to say is that it's more stability too, rather than 2 belts that might be farther apart. Just an example. This is more stability this way, guys. And I know it was tight putting it through, but it has to be tight putting it through. It cannot be loose on your belt, period.
Yeah, I definitely am not in love with the whatever kind of webbing you're using. Like this is 10K, I think this is 10K nylon. I switch back and forth between what I use. I'm always, batches will be different. Sometimes I'll put 2-inch Velcro on some stuff. I'm always trying to find out what works best. Trial and error, really. I don't love the way I currently do the loops. One day I'd like to get to some kind of quick attach or detach polymer loop system where you have some kind of bracketry on the back that mates up to loops that could be either stored permanently on the belt and then you could click it in or click it off. That's been something I've been kicking around for a long time. I have, haven't really made any progress on it. That's kind of taken a back burner because the standard is always just to use webbing loops. That's always been the industry standard. Not to say that by any means I'm chained to those standards. It's just something that it's proven it works. I've been doing it for now, but in the future we'll see what I can come up with that is I want something that makes it easier to take the bag off.
Right.
For some guys I know when they get to a spot, they want to dump the bag. I've heard that from a few guys that they want it on the belt when they're getting to someplace. Obviously not if you're bouldering or swimming out to something, but so that's just something that, in the back of my head thinking about.
There's also, we get another comment here from Oski. He says he likes the 3-tube. He says it's just missing a small pouch in the front. Can you ask Luke to make a 3-tube with a small pouch in the front, like the ODM bag? So already you've got suggestions.
You already got suggestions, and you haven't even
just
started selling it.
That's not the first time. I've had a few guys ask me to put the pouch on the front. I haven't gotten around to it. I personally had a bad experience with I wouldn't say a bad experience. I just had one of my first prototypes. I had a front pouch, and at that time I wasn't using Velcro for a closing method. I was using magnets, and the weight and the material I was using at the time with the front pouch, it made the bag kind of want to sit off my body more than I liked it, and it was just uncomfortable for me. I know with the rigid material that I'm using now and the belt loop orientation, it would be fine. It's just not a priority. I'm super selfish, and that a lot of the times I just kind of produce what I like to use.
Yeah, of course.
But definitely keep it in mind. That's not the first time I've heard that, Oscar. So loud and clear, down the line at some point, there will be whether it'll probably be something that's removable. I don't foresee making a fixed front pouch that you can't take off. In my, staying true to the utility belt style, if anything, I'll put another one of the 2-inch utilities across the front here, and then come out with a pouch that you could wear like this, right? Something like that. I like the modular aspect of the whole system. It's been a real winner for a lot of guys, being able to pick and choose what they want to bring where. And, you'd be, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I got, where you showed that piece there that's going to be going in the front, like a pouch of that idea. Just keep in mind for Mr. Poseidon how I would love it, because that pouch I specifically use for my bucktails, ranging from 3 ounce all the way down to even a half an ounce of a bucktail, which is pretty much nothing, 8 bucktails. But anyhow, I love that to be used as my bucktail bag. Now, I'm going to be honest. I also use it as my my leader wallets in there. I have a nice small one. It's made by Gear Up, SURFCASTING, a little small little wallet, and I put it in there. But what I've always would have liked is something a little shorter rather than so high, because nobody really has bucktails that are that long. And it'd be nice to have maybe a little pouch where you can make even changes, where you can use a regular size or a shorter size. That's just an idea, Luke. I'm not trying to invade in on the company and ruin everything for you right now. I don't have good luck like that, but that's just an idea coming from me. And if anybody ever mentions it, then maybe I'm on to something. But I doubt it, so we'll see.
Definitely, you're not the first one.
Okay.
Definitely guys have asked me for bucktail pouches multiple times, especially at the shows. Guys are always looking for one. Right. I know you said Ed Point was on here. He makes a really nice eel pouch.
Beautiful.
I'm sure he'll make one with bucktail slots up front.
Sure.
Same with Dark Star. For all those guys looking for custom stuff, by all means, go right to those guys. They're really your custom guys that'll do one-offs for you.
Sure.
Most of the stuff I do is production. And not to say that I haven't done custom stuff, but I'd say 99% or 95 is all that's the way it is. So, take it or leave it. But I will, in the future, when I'm coming out with more stuff, I'll keep all these ideas
Absolutely.
in the back of my mind.
Sounds good. Want to say
yeah,
thank you.
I
We
want to
had a-
say, Michael Mimo.
Michael.
Michael, thank you so much for that.
Memo.
All I'm going to say is thank you, thank you, thank you. This gentleman just made $100 to the channel, and I want to say thank you very much. We don't
Thank you.
often get that, but yeah, thank you so much. We
We're
appreciate
profit
it.
sharing tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
Ocean State Bass Fishing said, Luke did do a custom order for me when I asked him to remove the side pouch from my bag when it first came out.
Perfect. My first controversy on Mr. Poseidon. Luke, you're lying. You're lying, Luke.
Custom work.
Oh, but that was when it first came out.
Yeah,
That was way
yeah.
back.
Well,
Yeah.
he's local too. I mean, anybody can twist my arm and
Sure.
locally, if they're in Rhode Island. But he's also in my club, and I was more than happy to help him out. And usually I'm pretty much a softie when guys come asking nicely. I can't usually turn them away. But his was a simple, if I remember correctly, before I had the single 6-inch tube available standalone,
Yeah.
he asked me to just cut this off and then put belt loops on the back, and then he would buy it. He paid extra to have this with belt loops, and that was actually the precursor to doing the pouch by itself.
Nice.
Because of Ocean State. Ocean State was like, "Oh, I love this. It's so great. You should do them by themselves. I think guys will buy them." And it's just so small and simple. It works out. And then actually, something pretty cool that MJV Tackle Solutions made specifically for my side pouch for bucktails.
That looks like it belongs on a submarine, man.
So this is 3D printed, right? And he made it just for this because he has a couple.
Oh,
so you put that in,
shoot.
and now you've got a half depth bucktail holder, and this will hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 9 to 10 bucktails, and you won't have to be fishing for them, right?
That's correct.
This is a nice solution if maybe you got a light fluken belt combo set up. You don't need a 2-tube. You're really just interested in carrying some leaders and your bucktails, or maybe one of those small ebb point pouches for your gulp or whatever you might be carrying. So definitely check out MJV for these these bucktail
nice.
devices.
MJV, you heard that, guys. Never heard of MJV.
MJV Tackle, and he'll do anything, any custom colors, you name it.
There you go.
He's definitely if like you said, if you have issues with the bucktails in larger pouches and or bags, this is a readily available solution, something that I don't have to come out with for guys to use the pouch the way they want to.
Right. So I want to ask before we move on to the next subject here, which is pretty cool. More new stuff coming out with Luke. Let's go to a commercial break right now. Hi, I'm Eric, and I eat Cheerios. Okay, back to Luke.
No.
All right, so anyhow, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So anyway, Ocean State Bat Fishing, always coming up with the good questions. We're going to be doing calling in a little while. I know Bruce Bain's going to be calling. He wants to speak to you. He's very pissed off. Something going on with that tube bag about that. It blew a hole on the bottom. He said it wasn't the M80's fault. That's what he said. That's the last I heard, so... We'll speak to Bruce in a little while. I can't wait for that. But also, I want to say to Brooklyn Fishers, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And Mr. Mimo, you really blew it out of the water tonight, guys.
Oh,
thank you so much. Mike Kish, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Better late than never. Happy Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. Poseidon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we got Luke on tonight from ZBelts. He was just giving us a great, pretty much knowledgeable invitation to his new 3-tube surf tube bag, SURFCASTING bag, looking like really good stuff that I liked, which I really enjoyed, that big opening there in the front. I really like that, Luke. I like the easy, and also the outside little pouch. I really enjoyed that. I love to get high of those tubes, inch-wise.
8 inches tall.
8 inches tall. There you go, and they're removable, as you could see.
3¼ inches OD. So,
nice.
And then actually, the bag does have your ears.
Yep, I like to keep them flapped in.
I tuck mine in.
Me
Some
too,
guys, I
Luke.
guess, were upset that the single tubes didn't come with them. I
Oh,
personally never had an issue with the single tubes.
right.
I thought it would just be too cumbersome, and quite honestly, it's kind of hard to tuck them in, which is what I always do. So I didn't feel the need to put them on there. So just
Yeah.
I did hear that from somebody.
Just
That
don't
they
put
wish.
change in there like quarters in it because you're gonna lose it and then you're gonna
Yeah,
blame Luke.
exactly, exactly. I mean, most of the things I put in there has hooks on it, so the
Right.
Velcro alone, I don't know. I've never had any issues.
I
But
never
one or
did
two
either
that
on any of my bags. I flip those, tuck those in.
Mm.
I don't mind that I have them there. Maybe I got an emergency. Maybe I'm swimming. Maybe I want to keep them open. But most of the time, I keep them tucked in like you, and I enjoy all my bags very,
That's right.
very much.
Nice comment from Edwin Rivera. Luke's
ahead.
bags are for speed and sleekness.
Well, that leaves us all out of the equation here. I'm done with that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
you
kidding.
know, sleek and speed.
Thank
for
you.
That's very nice.
Yeah, that is
Edwin's
nice.
been a long-time supporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edwin is a longtime supporter, and Edwin, I like to say, is a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to surf fishing, including his moons, his tides, his winds, where to be at the right time. He gets
Nice.
all the answers, and they're not always just hearing it from somebody else. Edwin works it. I know he does, and always thank you, Edwin, for your support. He was my #1 guy this year who joined the challenge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all going to be getting pins this year. Really nice pins I got made. And each one of those pins is numbered by the number that you joined the challenge.
Registered for the challenge.
One day
Nice.
down the
Wait,
line,
you
Edwin.
won the Montauk last year?
What's that?
Was that?
Is that what you said? He won the Montauk, your Montauk challenge
Last year was
No, no.
won by Riverkeeper, which is Bank. He had a nice
really?
picture.
That's cool.
Yeah, he had the drawing, the actual painting that he did, and we put a plaque on the bottom. So he won his own picture. But he goes, what am I going to do with that? I says, listen, put it up on your wall, and you'll always remember that instance.
Yeah.
And we just gave it to him a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
It was
No.
really,
That's really cool. I have some of his artwork actually.
yeah, he's on the money when it comes to that. A lot of us
Cool
enjoy
stuff. Very
his
cool
artwork.
stuff.
And he might be at the Montauk Challenge this year. Keeping my fingers crossed. I did speak to him.
No,
So.
Edwin Rivera was the first one who registered for this year's challenge.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
Understood. Thank
Sorry.
you.
It takes a woman with an education to explain that one out. Because when it
Yeah.
comes out of my mouth, sometimes it's like, what the
What did you
is
say?
he talking about, Anyway, thanks,
Oh,
honey, for that.
good,
I
oh,
appreciate
good.
you.
So real
Always.
quick, Antagonizer Lures wanted to know, so how long did it take to come out with this awesome product? How when you first started, how long did it take you?
So I had my own personal ZBelt in 2018, and then by the end of 2019, I placed my first production order for belts. I had no plan to do any kind of bags or pouches or anything like that. I didn't even plan to do a belt. I just made one for myself.
Huh.
People started asking about it, and it kind of just took off from there. So everything's been demand driven. Just like I said, the 3-tube, I only started doing the 3 tubes because Mr. Poseidon asked for them.
Yeah.
So I've got to keep him happy. But so then I think, so it was a good year of selling, or maybe a year and a half or 2 years even. It's tough to remember, of selling just the belts and doing all the marketing publication with my custom bag that I had made, and having people say, we want a 2-tube, we want that bag, we want that bag. So I want to say I dropped the bags in sometime in the end of 2020 or maybe early 2021. So I've been, hit the ground running from there. I think the single tubes came out again, demand driven. People want, Ocean State started the single tube 6-inch. And then I said, well, I personally wanted a single tube 8-inch to use it as a water bottle holder on the back of my belt. I don't even keep a tube in it. So that's when I dropped that. So 2018 was the first one, and that looked nothing like the ones that are available today. That was like orange webbing and these little teeny tiny 3-way slide buckles. It was pretty haggard looking. If you look back at some of the old videos of my custom bags, you can see where all like the hand stitching, like the lines are all wonky. It's pretty good stuff.
That is good stuff, man. I love stuff that when it
Well, that's
first
how
comes out. And look
get-
how you've grown, Luke. You know, this started out what you were making designer belts for construction workers. Is that what it was? No, I'm
No,
kidding. I'm
nothing like
kidding. I'm
that.
kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
I thought you were serious. I was like,
No,
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 really?
no.
No, man.
Tell us
I told you, it
how
was an
that
old-
started.
It was an old lifting belt. That's it. It was an old neoprene lifting belt that my old lady got me. She was sick of me hurting my back, and I used it for a few years and sweat in it. I kept sweating in it, and it was just holding up great. And then I started. At that time, I was using a 2-inch webbing belt, and I just kept my pliers and my knife on my belt. And then I kept and the boga. At that point, I was using some Captain Hook knockoff from eBay or something like that. So I had a little
Captain Hook.
boga holder, my knife and my pliers, and then I shouldered a Supreme bag, and I'd always put it down everywhere I went, and I hated that. So I put belt loops on it, but it wasn't rigid enough, and it was uncomfortable on the 2-inch belt. And I was just messing around with webbing, different straps and buckles, and the old weightlifting belt, and that's how the ZBelt started. That was it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Happy coincidence, man.
Yeah, it's not coincidence, bro. It comes, people say, "Oh man, that guy's so lucky." Let's talk about the years when you were fishing with it and you were trying to put it out, and there were those times probably when you were sitting down going, "You know what, this isn't worth it," but that's not in your heart to do that, and that's why guys like you, and you do make a good product. Let's not, bullcrap each other here. You're not going to go selling junk. People aren't stupid, and you do make a good product. So your drive and the determination, all that, which is the same thing as drive and determination, but you do it right, man. And I'm glad I got to meet you. I'm glad you make an awesome product. I want you to put up the bag at the end of the show today. We'll be giving away this bag. This is all from Luke. It's coming in. He donated this to you guys, to you guys who are watching. At the end of the show, we'll have it from the comment picker. You better be a subscriber to my channel. You'll be getting that bag in the mail in a few days or a few weeks, or however long it takes Luke to put together one bag for you.
Few days.
There
This
you go.
This is it. It's going out.
There you go. So, guys,
Nice.
you heard that. And also, if you don't win it, there'll be a second bag, which I'm buying. We'll have that given away at the Poseidon Challenge, which I can't wait for. And Luke will be there, too. Luke, if you want, bring a few extra bags with you to the challenge. You never know. Somebody could be skishing. The next thing you know, a shark comes by, rips off their bag, and they need a new tool bag. Who's here? Luke from ZBelts. So bring a few.
I usually travel with them.
Yeah.
I'll definitely bring some out. I
There you go.
actually, not to jump too far ahead, but you piqued my interest with that casting distance competition at the
Hit the hills.
To the
the
hills.
Montauk Challenge. What's
Yeah.
that about? Can we talk about that a little?
Yeah, so all my life, Luke, I've always cast it out. And I'm like a guy who could just rip it out. For a short guy, give me a nice big rod. I don't go over 11 foot. I don't like the 12 foot, but I've been so used to the 11 footer, I could just whack it out. And I got an 11 footer Century. It's a broomstick. But that broomstick can check out a 4 or 5 ounce lure like no other rod that I have. And I love those heavy casting rods. And I've always wondered, how far am I casting out? How far am I really casting out? I mean, sometimes you cast out and you feel like you're the guy who's casting out farther than anybody else. But is it true? You don't really know. Now you're going to cast, and hopefully you're not going to embarrass yourself thinking that you're going to go out there and your heart's broken. Don't cry there. You're going to be disqualified immediately if you cry. But other than that, you're going to find out how far you cast. And the first prize winner of that competition is going to win $500. How do we do that? We don't just draw out a lure. We'll have some cones set up, some flags, some lines which draw at 25, 50, 75, 100 yards. All right, Luke's going to be around. We'll add in the 125-yarder, and we'll measure from each one of those cones how far of a distance. You'll get 2 throws. I've actually said today, let's give them 1 practice, and then they'll have 2 throws to see how far that they can throw as far as distance.
Wow.
As far as the most accurate, I'll have something drawn up where it'll be a giant bullseye. It's not going to be far enough where you can't reach it, but hopefully on that bullseye we'll put some numbers on it we'll do a practice cast, and then we'll do 3 casts that will add up the total points of where you land in that circle or outside of that circle, which will still give you 1 point, all right? But it's not going to be like
That
100
sounds awesome.
points. Yeah, but that
It's
should
gonna
be
be a
lots
lot
of
of
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that should be fun. I'm adding that in. And then in the end, it's the awards night where everybody comes together. On that ticket, everybody gets a ticket that will be in your bonus box. And even if you don't have the bonus box, you'll still get to come to the awards night, and you get the drawing ticket on that, which is only one. You can't buy like 10 and go from Monopoly to win all the prizes. So, and my wife will be coming around, my beautiful wife, and she'll be grabbing all the tickets and putting them into the barrel, and then we'll have the drawing there for a VS250 X2 series reel from Van Stol. The best, as you can see, Luke is advertising that right behind him because it is the name of the game. Sure, there are other reels out there that are also say that they're waterproof and water seal tight. They are, but I like Van Stol. I've had one reel. I've just got it serviced for the first time after 12 years. It's right by you, Luke, at Saltwater Edge. I'm going to be picking it up in a few weeks. Also, I'm going to be picking up 401 plugs. He will be the second donor in that box of everybody's going to be receiving one of the lures. I love Will's lures. But going back, what else were we talking about, honey? What were we saying?
That's it. We were talking about those contests, which is something different.
Yeah, the contest. And then the awards night, Luke, where everybody meets each other, not just online. And it's lots of fun. Everybody gets an appetizer and a drink with that. It went down from last year where I had 2 drinks. I'm not allowed to do that. You're over the limit. You get in the car. You're not getting Mr. Poseidon busted. You want to go for that second drink? Take out the cash. Drink as much as you want. Just don't drink and drive. Don't do any of that. But the place is so small, Montauk there, the town, that any of the hotels you stay around there, it's all walking distance anyway. It's a beautiful thing. Luke, I want to go on to the second part of this program, which is the expansion of ZBelts. We just talked about how it all started with working out, serialistically. And now you're expanding the company to greater ventures. And I feel the one thing that you explained to me was USA-made product, and I love that. So please continue and tell us about your second venture here.
Yeah, so I've been on the hunt for quite a while for a surf rod. I am a rod builder. I've been building rods for probably longer than I've been doing Z-belts. I probably built my first rod in 2016 or 17. I rewrapped an old pen at the help of one of my old fishing mentors, a swamp Yankee who lives down in Charlestown. I credit him with a lot of my fishing industry success. He rebuilds boats. He's a maniac, but he taught me how to build rods. And so I've always been building, and I used to have a production rod that I liked, that I bought, just a normal name brand rod, and I used it for a long time. And then the companies changed the way they did it, and I was kind of trying to always get back to that rod. So I was buying all different blanks and building them, trying different things, trying to fine tune a fishing rod for what I like to do. And one thing led to another, and now I'm working with, as everybody knows, because I've been posting about it. So in this earlier in the year, through GW Customs, which is a great rod builder out of I think Wareham, Mass, down near the Cape, he introduced me to the Striker guys. We've done a lot of shows together, Glenn and I have. And I was talking to the Striker guys about wanting to come up with a surf blank, more or less up to my specifications for how I like to fish. And one thing led to another, and they sent me a prototype, and we made some tweaks. And they sent me another one, and we made some more tweaks, and they sent me another one. So we've been going back and forth, and I'm just about there with the blanks. I'm going to do rods in the future. It's going to be a production rod available to start out. I think I'm going to have 2 models. So for me personally, as a consumer, all this time, I always didn't necessarily want to have 2 rods, but saw the necessity for it, right? I like one type of rod for bouldering and fishing the beaches and eeling and doing light pond fishing and that kind of thing. And then another rod for the canal, because I'm pretty close to the canal. I'm about an hour from there.
Let's go.
And then I'm sorry.
Let's go.
The
Yeah,
canal.
and you say when, man. I've actually had pretty good luck there this year. Just been showing up and getting some good morning bites on the other. So the other rod that I'm doing is a canal and jetty is what it's going to be more geared towards. So that's going to be an 11 foot. The heavier of the two is going to be 11 foot. I'm still working on the ratings for it. I have two prototypes I've been fishing this year. It's around a 3 to 9, 2 to 8, somewhere in that ballpark. But it's super easy to cast, which is why I'm really excited to bring some prototypes out to the Montauk Challenge and let a whole bunch of Long Island guys test out these rods for distance. So they're moderate rods. So I'm getting all over the place here. Sorry.
I'll tell you what. No.
Excited.
Before we get too far away from the place we got all over the place, what I want to say is that make sure you bring that rod. Maybe when the competition's over, we can have some testers there, a few guys, volunteers. We'll even take a video of that and just test out the rod and have them see how they feel. And we're not talking about just 2 tries. We're not competing now anymore. We're testing the product of Luke. And if they feel like hanging around, maybe we'll do that a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be perfect. I'll have a few to hand out.
Beautiful.
I'll have, if guys want to put their reels on them and give them a test drive, I'm fine with that. They're prototypes. I don't care about them. So
beautiful.
Back to the rod. So
yes.
There's going to be a 10.5 foot, 1 or 2 to 6. Again, still working on the ratings. 50-50 split. So 10.5 feet, 50-50 split.
Nice.
2 to 6. That's going to be the do-it-all model, right? That's what I use most of the time when I'm just poking around. When I'm not on a jetty or an inlet or the canal, I'm using that type of rod. And then the 11-foot, 50-50 split, we'll call it a 3 to 9 for now. Again, the ratings aren't set in stone. That's a little bit subjective. I feel like a lot of times you get a rod that has a rating and you don't agree with it, or sometimes you get blanks from the manufacturer and you look at the ratings they give and it's confusing because it doesn't seem to, align with what the rod can or can't do. Nevertheless, so yeah, they're going to be, I did the layout, a little bit of an unconventional layout on the smaller, on the 10.6. It's a little bit more of a fast action guide layout. I'm sorry?
I like that.
Yeah, so I mess around. Like I said, I had quite a few prototypes earlier in the year, and I've kind of whittled it down to 2 right now that I've been using. One at the canal and the jetties and one everywhere else. And it's so funny. I know a lot of people in here have heard the story, but actually the current prototype I'm fishing is a 10.6. You will call it a 2 to 6. And I did a fast action layout on it with the Fuji lowrider guides, which I personally have always really liked.
Yeah, they're
so
nice guides.
The lowrider guides, they were really popular on the old TFOs, and the St. Croix did it for a really long time. So this is a lowrider guide. The first guide is going to be flipped upside down, right?
Nice.
So when you cast these rods, you're not going to hear that from hitting the K guide, which there's no problem with that. I just, for distance, and I feel like it casts a little bit crisper with this guide layout. So again, I had just finished a top end like this, and since it's a 50-50, I was experimenting, and I only put guides on the top half of one of these prototypes, and so the bottom was just to be a handle. I didn't have the handle on it, but the epoxy had cured, and I wanted to go fish the rod that night, so I just taped a reel onto the handle, like the butt section, and I just did that. I got this ZBelt hockey tape I used for the finger, for wrapping my finger for casting.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
So I just taped the handle like a lacrosse stick.
I want that tape.
Taped the reel on, and I went down, and again, this is the first time I ever used this prototype, not the one here. It's out on my truck to be fished later on this evening.
Right.
But first cast, I ended up sticking a 49 pounder. It was over 46 inches, but I weighed it on the boga, and it was at least 49 pounds. And it was so funny because it was the first time I'd been using this blank, and it was really bending, right? Really bending, doubled over.
Mm.
And I was in a spot where, I was standing on a rock probably 20 feet from the shore, and it dropped to about 6 to 8 feet right in front of the rock I was on. And as everybody knows, larger fish tend to just sit on the bottom, the whole bottom right in front of you in a spot like that. Pretty often that happens to me, at least. I'll have them, kind of just hanging bottom right in front of me. I know they're not running, they're just sitting there. So I'm really bending this rod. I'm like, oh, this prototype, I don't know what's going on. This thing's bending so much. I'd never caught a fish on it. So I really laid into it as much as I could, thinking, oh, well, if it's really that bendy, maybe it's going to break. We'll see what happens. And then I saw the fish come up and turn because I put all my body weight into it. And I was like, oh man, like that's a serious fish. I was by myself. Unfortunately, the footage I got of it was garbage, but I landed it really easily. It was on a 40-pound leader, actually. So I just used Tri-Line Big Game in moss green for all my leaders. I love it up here in Rhode Island. Nobody could tell me otherwise.
Beautiful Rhode Island. I fish there all the time, Luke, and it's a beautiful place. I'm very fortunate to know Bruce Bain. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it was just, for me, I was skeptical of the blanks, obviously, because I was using Lammies and ODMs before that. Before that, I was using TFOs. I mean, I've gone through all different types of rods, different brand names. And so I was skeptical. And then the first fish I stick on it is a trophy fish. And it did. I mean, it had no problem handling it. I walked it right next to me, gilded. It was fine. No issues whatsoever. So at that point, I was more or less like, all right, these blanks have some serious potential. They've got, they're just a great all around. They're super easy to cast. It's a really low fatiguing blank. Like, it's nice and easy to pop it out there. I get really good distance with it.
I also want to, I have to say, Luke, we're very important with your blank. Also made here, guys, in the USA, if you want to get into that a little bit also, Luke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. The blank Striker's out of Oregon, I believe. It's either Oregon or I'm pretty sure it's Oregon. It might be Washington. I'm almost positive. Yeah. So the blanks are all made in the United States, and I'm going to be having them. The production rods are going to be built in New England. I have a network of local builders that are going to be taking on that work. So the goal is to have them out in the market ready for purchase next year. But I still need to test them throughout the fall because I usually, do a lot of fishing in the fall. So I definitely want to get a good New England, a Rhode Island fall, under their belt before I reduce anything out. So yeah, all USA made, 100%. I do use Fuji guides. They are going to be Fuji guides on them, Beautiful. Which, if I'm not mistaken, come from England, but nobody else makes the lowrider ones. American Tackle doesn't make a lowrider guide like this style, which is what I like.
Right. And you explained why, so everybody should know.
Yeah. And again, guys, a lot of guys really love the Case series guides. I personally just, I've always really liked the way these lowriders, smaller rings cast.
Right.
So, if I like it, I would imagine there's going to be a few guys out there that as well will.
And let's not forget, Luke is going to be at the challenge this year. That's Mr. Poseidon's 3-day Montauk Challenge. Biggest striper lengthwise wins first prize $3,500. He will be there in Hither Hills. He'll have his prototype. So if you're interested, come on down. He's going to let you use them. We're going to see how you feel about the rod, and we'll do a little bit of our own investigating while we're there. And what do I mean by that? There's never any bad things that come out of Mr. Poseidon's mouth. I trust Luke very much. He does care about his product. That is the main reason when you make sales. Not because you're just selling it because it's a nice-looking bag. You're selling it because the bag works, and it works for the surf fishermen especially. Anyhow, going back to Luke and those wonderful rods, which I can't wait to see also and try myself. Tell us, Luke, is there anything else coming out in the works? Any special thing that you're thinking? I know you mentioned earlier something about magnetic. I was going to bring it up, and all of a sudden you said it. Be nice if you could have a magnetic front, but those things, unless you have a release, an electric type of release, where you know that if a wave crashes up against you and it's not just going to take those magnets right off, I wouldn't really use magnets unless you can back it up with a snap hook or something on there.
Yeah, so a few of my first prototype bags used the magnets, and after a while, I don't know if it was I was using like industrial automation German
Of
magnets that I
course,
had
the
gotten at the
best.
time. Yeah, they were good stuff, but they weren't sealed or anything like that. So the corrosion, the salt water would make them explode after a while. So they get like impregnated and they would burst inside the fabric, which was an issue,
I
and they'd
see.
lose their hold. I didn't have any issues pre-explosion with them keeping my bag closed with waves and falling on it and all that stuff. And then I more or less stopped looking. I would imagine if I got them and then sealed them myself or had them in something sealed, they would be fine. But it's more weight, right? When you get the amount of
Absolutely.
magnets you need to add, and then the metal on the other side to have it be strong enough to hold the lid closed when you're
Exactly.
swimming is a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not saying it'll never be a thing, but not for the foreseeable future. Uh, for you know, I'll have small improvements,
Of course.
evolutions of all the products
I
because
love
that's
it.
just kind of how I do it. But I don't think it'll be magnets. I am concentrating on the rods, which are a massive undertaking
Sure.
uh, for the time being. So we'll see, though. I mean, don't I
Right.
wouldn't. It's not impossible. I
That's
just had
correct.
bad experience with them to start. But
That's
Yeah.
it.
again, they weren't sealed.
And the magnets today, I got to tell you, those that's when it all started with those German magnets. And today, they have some powerful stuff, but still, imagine a wave hitting you. Sometimes it's like a brick wall. Sometimes it'll hit you, and it could rip that bag right off. But you can have backups, which they do for Velcro. Example, ODM, they got a bag with the snaps on the side for the extra pouch. They also have
Yep.
the Velcro. I, like an idiot, went and ripped it off. Took off the side pouches because I wanted to rip it off as quick. So far, I haven't had a bad incident, so it's all been good. And yeah, you can never count anything out, Luke, especially with the way that inventions are made today that can better something where something wasn't good, but now it's become the best option. So I'm glad that you don't count things out, and your innovative thinking is getting you to where you are today. That's a fact. And I'm glad I got you on the show. We talked about Luke's beautiful new 3-tube surf bag, which I love. My favorite thing being, Luke, no matter if you think not, that first little slit on top where you have that double pouch to pull open. I like the roominess in two rather than have just one where it's separated or a 3-tube. I like it. It's easy. You Velcro it off. You stick your hand inside. You can get anything you want, and you can see. It's not just a guessing game, especially if you're out there in the day. Even if you're at night, you got your light on. You flip it over. You could see where your hand is. Correct?
Correct. So something I also like to do for
Yeah.
everyone who's listening, in my bag on my belt at all times, I have a pen light, a little waterproof. Either I've got some Nightcore ones, I've got some Streamlight ones, just a little regular pen light, and I just clip that right here inside, right. So the only thing you see is the clip right here, and it's inside the bag, pointed down.
Yeah.
I don't put it in a bucktail slot. You could, and at night, instead of turning your light on like a dipshit and
There you
everybody's
go.
seeing what's going on, you open your bag, you just hit that little pen light because the button's right on
Ooh.
top, and it
Oh, that's
illuminates
cool.
the inside of your bag, but you're not going to be messing with anybody
Luke, I
else.
have to ask, is
Wow.
that going to be an added option on your new bag?
Uh,
Ah.
can you add the pen light?
No, no, not can we add it.
Yeah.
Is that pen light going to say the new super ZBelt light that goes along with that bag? That's what
So
I'm talking about.
I have had the when the bags were originally put on the website, it was an adder. You could add the pen light if you wanted.
Ah,
I sold I don't know. I think I had 20 or 30 of them. So
right,
over the
right.
last year or two, I did sell 20 or 30 of them, but they didn't sell enough for me to justify
I
restocking.
see.
Plus I got a handful for myself, which is all that really mattered. But
Gotcha.
so yeah, I didn't they are I think they might still be on there as an add-on.
Okay.
I might have like a few left kicking around.
Okay.
I haven't I haven't thought about branding the lights yet. But again, I'm not going to rule that
Right.
out. I mean,
I
that
would
could be
I would
cool.
say it's something better than just a clip that you can take in and out. Maybe a little bucktail style pouch that is just for your light that maybe can get in clipped in there, and then you don't have to worry about it coming out. And a little idea for you. I know lights, right? I love flashlights. So I know they have the kind where you just put a white blurred look. You can't see inside. That white blurred look, especially a round ball type, exerts light not only straight down, but all around. So if that'll help in any way, lighting up.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So those things.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. That's a great idea. I think
so
they actually, so I'm a big flashlight guy too.
yeah, yeah.
Always looking for the next best thing. For me, for a headlamp, is I always want something super light. I don't like having it there on my hat and
It's
feeling it.
tough.
I want it light, and I don't, because when they're heavy, you got to cinch them way down, and then
Yeah.
it's like bothering the back of my head,
Yeah.
squeezing my whole brain. And I've had extremely good luck with Nightcore. One of their smaller models. I think it's only IP66, which is like wash down safe, but not
Mm.
submersible. That being said, I've submersed it and taken more waves than I could count with the thing on, and it just keeps going. It doesn't have removable batteries, but it's got to only weigh an ounce or two. I absolutely love that little night core headlamp. It's yellow, so I definitely recommend that to anybody.
I like
I
that.
don't. Again, I carried those for a short while. Everything I carry, I like to use, so I always have backup because, like you said, things happen, man. I'm always breaking stuff.
Yeah.
But those little night core headlamps, I swear by them.
Nice, nice. Delco Joe, thank you for that donation, guys. Again, we do take donations here. Delco Joe's been a
Thank you.
follower and also a subscriber for such a while. Delco Joe, what a good guy. We'll see him at the challenge. He was there last year also. I can't wait to see him again. Go ahead.
Another comment from Ocean State Bass Fishing. Love how Luke's belt is multi-purpose. You can use it for surf casting and also in the gym. Can you
Absolutely.
make something for the hand? Here's another suggestion. Make something for the hand. I know he has the awesome hockey tape, but how about a casting glove?
Like Spider-Man, like that. You know?
So, funny story. If we have the time,
Yes, we do.
so the first thing I ever considered doing was a casting finger. It was before a belt or anything ever I had ever done it. I ordered some DuPont like rubbery neoprene samples, like 1 foot sections with the goal. This is years ago now. We're talking 2017 or so, because I was always using the tape. Obviously, I didn't have branded tape back then. I didn't even have a business. Um, and I bought stuff. I hand sewed my own finger thing. I had a little like silly flashlight 2-finger strap thing that somebody gave me as a stocking stuffer. So I modified that to make my patent. I made a casting finger glove single. I made it, and while I was testing it, I don't know. I just ended up going back to the tape. It wasn't a slam dunk in my mind. And then I swear, 6 months later, that everyone was wearing those Gamayatsu ones. They have a few different brands that make them now.
Yeah,
And
they
I
do.
was so pissed. I was like, everybody has ideas that just come and go, and then you
Yeah.
always see it. And I feel as though nowadays, more so than ever before, I always tell people when they're asking me about the business, if you have an idea, just go for it, because that was a big motivating factor when I started using the belt and guys were commenting on it. I had been kicked once with that casting finger because when I grew up, it was those suede ones with like the patchwork back.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that the tackle shops had.
Yeah.
Nobody had like a nice neoprene one. So I made it. I didn't pursue it. And then now they're all out there. But
Now
I
they're
hear
all
you
out there.
loud and clear. It's a sore subject, Ocean State, because that was the first time I felt not the first time, but I felt the sting of defeat on that one pretty good.
Hey, Luke, I know tonight we were going to have Bruce. Bruce, you want to give a call? I know he wanted to speak to you.
Oh, okay.
So, Bruce, I'm standing by for you, buddy. Give us a
Green
call.
man.
And going to speak to you in a few minutes, hopefully.
So
Yeah.
I will really quick for everyone that's watching. I do have one of the. So this is the Canal and Jetty flavor, the most recent prototype. So it's going to have the casting wrap down at the bottom for your grip, and then it's going to be the regular shrink up to your Fuji ergonomic real seat
Nice.
with the lock. The lock is key, right? I've been this prototype's all red, white, and blue. I've been playing on the USA made, so I do have a piece of the tape epoxied in there just above the real seat, and then we're gonna have the spiral upper. These are scene twine. The production models will have cork tape, quarter-inch cork tape, just because it's
right.
It holds up to getting hit with rocks better. The scene twine's rough, so it'll push through the shrink wrap. So I don't want that on production rods. They need to be able to absorb the rock. So yeah, that's the bottom. That's what the handle's going to be like. But I'm super excited. I'm thinking the guides are going to be red, white, and blue maybe, but nothing's set in stone.
Right. Hey, Bruce, we got Bruce on the line. Bruce, what's up, Bruce? You there?
How you doing?
Hey.
Really good, Bruce. We got a nice connection here. I see Luke can hear you loud and clear. He's got a nice smile on his face right now.
How you doing, Bruce?
Hi, Luke. How are you, buddy?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Luke, first of all, move your head slightly to the right. I want people to see all those plaques hanging up on the wall behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just bluefish plaques, man. Nothing. That's why I'm covering them.
You got a striper one up there. I know you do.
I got a striper one.
It's that you guys. Luke. He doesn't just make fishing products to make money. He actually does fish, and he catches a lot of fish and a lot of big fish. He's very, very modest, very quiet guy. I just wanted to come on tonight to say really quick, stuff like this is what makes me so proud of navigated surfcasters, because we got guys like Luke. I mean, these guys, they're so constructive and creative with these products. Like Luke's products are top of the line. I mean, I got gear up bags. I got an airport. Like Luke's stuff is fantastic. His belt, I'll never, ever, ever wear another surf belt besides the ZBelt. That thing, it saves my back so much when I'm standing on a rock. I'm no baby. I'm 58 years old, and standing on a rock for 3 hours after working 9 hours in the shop, you need something to help your back out. Luke has always been an innovator since I've known him. We got other guys in the club. I mean, Vinny builds great lures. Will Walker, 401 plugs. He's building great stuff. Kevin Barrios, he's in the club. He's an engineer. He's constantly trying to develop stuff for surfcasting. He's got some stuff of his own that he designed.
Yep.
We got Steve Payne tying bucktails, Uncle Fish bucktails. Sorry, Mario, I still love you, buddy. You make great stuff as well. But Steve's a lot closer, and he's a fishing friend.
Yeah, and I hear you're charging $100 a bucktail, Mario. What's up with that?
Mario's a great guy, but I'm really excited that Luke's coming out to Montauk this year. That's really good. I'm glad he's coming out. We got I think we got 5 or 6 guys from Narragansett coming out to see everybody, and it's always a great time. Anybody that misses it, they're definitely missing out on something. Luke, you're going out tonight. I'm heading out about 1 o'clock in the morning myself. Maybe I'll see you out there. We haven't run into each other yet.
Thank you very much for your kind words. I got kicked in the teeth last night. I was out for 3 hours. I got the very end of the outgoing, the last 3 hours of it rather, and all I got was a micro. But I'm thinking about it. The truck is packed. It always is this time of year, so it's just a matter of asking for forgiveness and sneaking out.
Been an absolute grind out there this last 2 months, my friend. You know better than anybody.
Yes, sir. But it's been definitely been paying off. It's it's just been. I find that this year in particular, I've been getting a lot of those nights where you don't get much all night, but you get one or something decent or a couple decent ones. But I've been working for it, man. There's no doubt about it.
Yep. No giveaways this year.
No, sir. Well, we'll see. I mean, in the next week or two here, I'm hoping this new moon's going to push in some more life, and hopefully that'll kick it off. I mean, it's been getting chilly at night. It's been getting cool. I can smell it.
Yeah, it has been getting a little chillier at night.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go quick like it did last year. I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but last year I feel like the fall, like September was October last year. And then October was like, the first half of October was all right, but then it kind of tapered off, which historically I usually do best in the end of October.
Right. Usually, we get that first. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, hopefully, if that happens again, we'll be in Montauk at the end of October when they're all on the way by, So.
Yeah. If it went in, if Montauk this year goes anything like the Hudson River thing went, we're gonna have a ton of fish, and I really hope we do. Just for Eric, for all our sakes, and for Eric's sake, I got a feeling, like you said, I think it's all of a sudden it's just gonna explode, and those fish are gonna go by at 100 miles an hour. Hopefully they'll stall off in Montauk for a couple of weeks, and we'll all be on some nice fish. But
just thanks for weeks. Just a couple of weeks would be great. But Bruce, I want to ask you before you go. I know you lost your good friend Charlie a few months ago. God rest his soul and rest in peace, Charlie. That's the Wolf of Rhode Island. Great guy. I know we all miss him very much, as I do also. But tell me a little bit about your fishing this year, Bruce. What's been going on in Rhode Island as far as you?
I've been fishing my ass off. Sorry about the three-letter word. And just like Luke said, I've been putting in, 4-hour shifts. I'll go out. I've been fishing mostly alone. I don't know. It's I think I just spending some time, healing up and reflecting and deciding how I'm going to approach things. My intent this year was, to just hunt down big fish. I mean, I love catching all size striped bass, but I really don't like beating up on schoolies. And after you caught, 2,000 of them, you kind of say, okay, I want stuff over 40 inches. And one of the guys I'm fishing with now, he's older. He's around 60 years old, and he's a little out of shape. So if I know I'm not caring about chasing down big fish, I'm going to take Steve with me, and we go out and we have a good time. We fish, we try and catch, but it's been a serious grind. 4 hours for like one fish, and really slow. I had 3 or 4 skunks in a row, and it starts getting discouraging. Right? Charlie he always pushed me, and Charlie just there's a few guys out there that really kind of know, where the fish are, what the bait's doing, the wind, like Edwin, guys like that. Greg Taylor, he's really good at finding fish, obviously. Charlie had that thing, and he taught me some of it. I absorbed some of it, but I don't know. It's been a weird season for me. I'm hoping the fall gets a lot better. But
it will.
I know if I'm when I go to Mr. Poseidon's Montauk Challenge, even if I don't catch a fish, it's still one of the highlights of my season. It's such a good time. I mean, you see all these guys here. You've been talking to them all year. We all get together. We spend so much time bullshitting. It's hard to squeeze in 4 or 5 hours to go out and fish. But this year I'm pushing myself pretty hard out there. I know Jason Galantucci called me 2 months ago and asked me if I'd fish with him. So I told him I would. Looking forward to it.
It's a beautiful thing. Bruce, I want to say thank you to you. It's always a pleasure. You've done quite a bit for my channel over the years since I've known you. You've gotten me together with guys like Luke of ZBelts, people I probably wouldn't have known if I never even started this channel. But with the help of you, you've accelerated everything. And guys in Rhode Island, I got to tell you, man, they're hardcore surf fishermen, just like in all the other states. But it sure is nice to know everybody. And I'm not the only one out there who's fishing hard. There's a lot of guys out there fishing hard. And thank you, Luke, for all you've done to the surf fishing world. And just like Bruce just stated, you care about the surf fishermen, which is things that I love most because I care about everybody out there. I don't go around bragging that the whole challenge is going to cost me between $17,000 and $18,000 to pull off. And that isn't a joke, but I'm not going to make my money back. I know that. But, hey, listen, I'm doing it all for you guys to get everybody together. And maybe someday you guys will make me a millionaire and you won't even know it. Other than that, I'm very happy to do this for everybody out there. And it's going to be
everything you want me to do is 100% from the heart. And
Thank
I
you.
don't think I've met two people that put more love and goodwill into the surf casting community.
Thank
You
you.
know, really, like,
That's
thank you
nice.
guys, and Luke. Hopefully, I'll see you tonight. If not, I'll see you at the September meeting, and definitely gonna see you guys October 18th. See all you guys out there.
Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, buddy. Take care.
Take care.
Thanks.
And
Bruce.
everybody else, hit that hit that donation button. All right. Other than that, Luke,
Yeah,
you want to
everybody-
show them the bag one more time? We're gonna do the giveaway right now. There it is. That's Luke's 3-tube surf casting belt. It's brand new on the market right now. Be lucky to
We're
have
calling
one of
it
these.
the OD for the overdoer.
There you
'cause
go.
3 tubes is just too much.
I love it, man. I love
I
it.
didn't come up with the name, but it's perfect. My old lady did. It's perfect.
Nice.
The
Beautiful
OD
thing.
3 tube. That's what we're calling it.
What's
And
going
so-
on? What's going on with Luke? I'm hearing the ODing. Yo, man, relax. It's the name of the 3-tube surf bag. OD, overdoing.
Hey, so I
Yeah.
just want to know also, somebody had asked also, how much is it that it's going
200 on the website.
Wow,
So
what
it's
a
the
great
same price
deal.
as the 2-tube bag.
for? Okay.
That is a great price, guys. You know you can get
Wow.
other bags, guys, and you'll pay out the gazunga. You're getting a good quality bag here.
It does come with a shoulder strap. Everyone's asking.
There you go.
very,
Good
very
stuff,
nice.
man.
All right, so everybody who left a comment, I
Yeah.
sure hope you're here in the live chat because we're going to run the
Yeah.
random comment picker.
And here we go. We're going to run it. Set
And
it
here we
up,
go.
set
So
it up,
Luke's
set it
gonna-
up.
Luke's going to stand.
Yeah, he can
stand
stand
by.
by right there.
Okay, here we go.
Spin it up.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you announce it. Go.
It is a new name, Rudy Cortes.
It better be a name.
New name,
Rudy
new
Cortes.
name,
Rudy Cortes. If you're out there, Rudy, we're going to give the 10-second countdown. Hopefully you're out there. Maybe you'll win the bag. Here we go. There he is.
there
We didn't
he
even
is.
get the count.
Cool.
Rudy Cortes. Now, Rudy, I want $25 for 7 weeks straight for that bag. Delivered to me in cash. I'm just kidding,
All right.
Rudy. Rudy, I want you to thank Luke
Nice.
out there. He wanted to give away this bag tonight to the live streamers out there. This was very nice of you to do, Luke. I appreciate you. You're a wonderful cat. And even if you didn't win the bag, I mean, let's be honest. $200 for a bag is a great price. You're getting a nice bag. Some of these bags out there, go check them out. They're very, very expensive, some of the bags, but you're getting a good quality for a nice price bag. Luke, go ahead.
Hey, I just got this 8-inch single tube sitting here, and I figure if they still got some people in the chat, let's run another. Pick another name.
Oh, no,
Oh,
here we go.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
pick another one.
Oh, God, here we go. I can tell Luke's a gambler. I'm with you, Luke, all the way.
A gambler.
I don't know what
No, I'm
gambling
kidding.
on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Luke. I'm kidding, buddy.
All
I'm
right,
kidding.
let's see.
You got to set it up again.
Show the prize.
Sorry
Hit it.
about that.
Show
So
All
there's
right,
an
so
eight-
yeah, so you have to run that now, honey.
All right, sorry. This is
If you don't
always-
run it, it doesn't work. All right, so here we go. You ready?
All right.
Run it. Here we go. And the winner is RD Walks. Let's see if RD Walks is out there. That could be RD Walks in Rhode Island. I don't know. RD Walks. You get the 10.
No, I think that's different.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. So
RD.
RD Walks.
I
10,
think RD Walks is a Long Island guy.
9,
Oh, okay.
8,
Yeah, I don't recognize that name.
7, 6,
RD walks.
5.
RD walks.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, RD. Next one. Spin it up, honey.
That's funny. He's saying
Spin it up,
Is
spin
it
it
a
up,
5
spin it
second
up.
rule or is it a 10-second rule?
It's a 10-second rule here. Stop trying to be. Go ahead. Got to spin it now. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
so here.
And the winner is,
again.
we got, hey, Tom Hood.
Wow.
Tom Hood won just a
Tom
few weeks
Hood.
ago. And Tom Hood is a guy who I think is a Rhode Island guy. He's up there fishing all the time. I know, Luke, you know him?
No, I don't think so.
Ah.
I may.
Oh,
I'm
there
better
he
if I
is.
saw his face.
Yep.
I might.
So,
Yep.
Tom
That
Hood,
was
you
James.
you win the, please give me an explanation of that tube that he just won.
It's just an 8-inch single tube pouch with a 2-inch belt loop on the back.
There you go.
Very cool.
So, Mr. Tom Hood, very, very well deserved. Thank you so much. Also, congrats to the winner of the new surf bag by ZBelts, the 3-2 bag which was won by, what's his name again, honey?
Rudy Cortes.
Rudy Cortes. And there it is up on the screen. Beautiful bag. I appreciate that so much tonight, Luke. You don't know how much. And for those of you guys that are still looking for a freebie and don't want to buy your own, I'm going to have one for the giveaway at the Montauk Challenge for sure. We're also going to have we're going to have another bag also there for a giveaway. We'll mention that also. That's Ed Point bag, which I got right behind me. He sent that in to me. I love you, Ed Point. Miguel, you do a wonderful job also. All you guys that care about the industry, and I feel it's a good quality bag, I will always talk about. And I appreciate Luke tonight for being on the show
Rudy
and all the nice good
Cortes.
things. And good luck to the rod side. I don't have to say good luck to you guys. You put too much work into making it work, and I will always back you. And again, if you want to try Luke's brand new rods that he has prototypes of, we'll be setting them up at Hither Hills after the competitions. You could stick around, and if you want to give it a good couple of swipes, we'll take a video. Tell me how you feel about the rod. If it's anything bad, keep it to yourself. Make your own video, whatever.
Hey, are you gonna have fixed weights for the competition? Like,
Yes.
is everybody gonna cast the same weight,
Yes.
or how's it?
I think for the not I think it's already on the rules and regulations. We will have the distance one is a 3-ounce pencil popper. Everybody will use that. It'll be without the hooks. All you got to do is have a clip set up on the end,
Perfect.
starting at 30-pound braid. I'm trusting everybody to do the right thing. And you come down, we snap it on, and then you use your rod that you're comfortable with. Again, we're going to do 3 shots. One is a practice, and then the other 2, you're going to be standing on. I'm going to have 4 milk crates put together with ties going all around. You could stand on that like you're standing on the rock. If you fall off the crate, that's a turn. If anybody falls off a 4,
Interesting.
yeah, but that,
Interesting.
we can do 1 crate and really make it tough. But I'm going to put 4 crates together. If you fall off of that, even on the practice one,
What do you
you're out
mean
of the
4
competition. Everything.
That totally changes the whole ball game.
Sure. It does.
A lot of guys do the distance casting in fields, but they're not pigeon-toed on a milk crate. That's going to
Thank
be
you.
bad.
Thank
Good for you.
you.
That's brilliant.
That's
nice
it.
job with
That's
that.
it. Thank you for that, Luke. And hopefully I can't wait for that. That's the thing that I'm most interested. Go ahead, honey.
Oh, it's going to be so fun, dude. That's such a wonderful idea.
Yeah, my wife's going to read off the rules and
So
regulations.
on the most accurate cast, it's going to be a bucktail rated at 1 ounce, right? And on the longest cast, it
gonna be
says
a
pencil popper rated at 3 ounce.
And then we
3
have all the
ounces.
rules on the bottom. No breakaway cannon or line holder mechanisms other than your own finger allowed.
Yeah.
No conventional rods allowed. Rods up to 11 feet are allowed. Use only 30-pound braid and up or monoline.
Right.
So this
Wait,
way,
how come no conventionals? Because they're so much better?
yeah, they say that you can cast farther. I don't know how that's possible,
can,
but
you
you
can.
can, yeah.
Probably,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. That's
I
why
know
all
you
the
can.
distance guys use them.
Yeah, so basically we're not going to allow
Yes, I'll
that.
leave mine at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And please don't come down and start spinning your hand with some thing that you fly a kite with. You'll automatically be disqualified. But anyway, that was my dad when I went fishing with him in Montauk when he took 3 casts with the bow pole that he had. Each one created a bird's nest, which took anywhere from a half hour to 45 minutes to get it out. And he gave up on that and started tossing with his hand. I ran over to the guy next to me, and that's when I discovered what a striper was. He caught one in front of me. But anyhow, tell me what you're going to tell me about that beautiful rod you're holding right now.
No, nothing. It something that Bruce said what was interesting in some conversations I've had with some of the guys that I fish here locally is make sure, I've had multiple guys tell me, make sure you put a marker on that rod for 40 inches because
go.
that's, in my opinion, the real mark of a successful surf caught bass is 40 or more inches. I think the majority of guys that do it seriously would agree with that 40 inches is the mark. So all the rods, you better believe, will have a 40-inch mark. It's easier, especially for me, fishing tournaments and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to measure it unless I know it's a placing fish, right? I'm not going to take the time to haul it up and get my tape measure out. So just being able to hold the rod up, hold the fish up to it. It's just something
Beautiful.
I've always done on all of the rods I build.
Makes sense.
Nice.
And it's mind blowing that nobody else that does production rods just includes that. It's like
Definitely.
something so simple that I think everybody would love.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Luke, thank you so much again for coming on the show tonight. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Luke, we'll get you on the show again when you come out now with the 4-2 bag. But
Don't hold your breath.
I also loved, now I know ODM makes one with a big round one, a big giant one.
The big
And-
single, the
and
IO or something like that.
Yes, well, I took out 2 of those tubes in the store. I wanted to try it. I took Gear Up's bag. He makes a 3-tube. And I took those 2, and they fit in perfect. And that's why I had the idea, man, if you can come out with a bag with 2 big ones like that, you watch and see how much you score with that one. Because with that one, you can guarantee yourself 7 regular lures in with dividers in there, or maybe even more. But you can guarantee yourself 5 of the big jammies out there in there, depending on what size dividers you get, and you get 2 of those tubes. So if you're out there fishing one night, look, I understand some people like to bring a lot because they don't know what's going to be hitting. But if you bring 10 big lures with you and you like using big lures, you'll really enjoy that fashion, because in smaller bags, it's been very difficult to get more than 2 of the bigger lures into one of the regularly sized tubes. And I'm talking about some big lures, something like 10-inch, 9-inch, 8-inch lures, especially stuff.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear on that. I did. My standard bags all have the 3 1/4, which is a 1/4 inch larger than the standard, which is 3 inches.
Nice.
You can fit considerably more. It's weird. You wouldn't think that a 1/4 inch increase would lead to that, but it's nowhere near the size. I think that's a 4-inch tube, or maybe even more on that tube you're talking about. And I buy all my tubes in huge quantities. You have to in order to get them to make them for you. And I'm pretty sure I could have these exact tubes made in any size I want within reason. So that definitely keep your eyes peeled. That is something where it would be very easy for me to just increase this dimension on the 2 and the 3 tube, or it would be a 2 tube probably, or it might be a 3 tube, but it'll only accept 2 of those large tubes.
Correct.
Very easy for me to just get these wider to accommodate the larger OD tube. So that's a great idea. I guess
there's nothing on the market with a two big one like that.
Next year when we do the show, I'll have that one to show you. Right?
There you go.
So you're on.
Luke, you're the best, baby. Thank you so much. Honey, you want to say anything to Luke?
That's it. Excellent. Also, great comments. Everybody loves ZBelt SURFCASTIng. And also, there was a comment, someone said, very excellent customer service as well. So...
Just me. That's when you guys call in, you text, you call, you email, you place an order. I'm the one picking it and shipping it. If there's ever a customer service issue, I handle all the platforms. So keep that in mind. If you want to badmouth me on a different thing to myself, it's all me. Okay?
Buddy, you're the best, Luke. Nobody's bad-mouthing Luke out there.
Excellent.
No, I'm just playing.
No, I know you
guys.
are. Thank you, Luke. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. We'll do our end of the show over here.
Thanks, everybody.
And talk to everybody next week. We'll have on another guest. I don't know who's on next week. I think next week is Labor Day, right?
Oh, yes, Labor Day weekend.
We don't have a guest on Labor Day weekend, so Luke promised if
holidays.
I have nobody on, he'll be on again. No, I'm just kidding, everybody. But thank you, Luke. And thank you to everybody. Thank you for the donation, Luke. And hope the winners enjoy your bags.
See you next time.
Yeah, you guys send me the winner information.
Yes, we'll send you. And guys, for the guys who won, make sure you send me on Instagram. DM me there, the addresses, so we can get this stuff out to you as quick as possible. Tom, you're the best, buddy. See you guys soon. Let's go. And thank you to Mimo. Mimo, you're the man tonight. Thank you.
Peace out, everybody.